Bruce Canales here. I want to be your best.
Enough of this crap, Jeff. Can you please do the introduction? Sports Pileup, take 13.
We are back with another installment of the Sports Pileup, and this is our Super Bowl preview show. Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers from North Texas this Sunday night. We'll have a breakdown of both teams and give you our picks on this game and talk in depth about what each team needs to do to win this matchup. Jeff, should be a pretty exciting game.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, we have a huge game. This is a game we've all been waiting for, a really storied matchup with the Steelers and the Packers. We're going to break it down for you. I'm going to tell you what the Packers need to do to win, and Jeff's going to break down the Steelers and let you know what they have to do to win. You have this Packers 6th seed that's looking really good. They believe they're the best team. That's important. They have heart. They haven't won one in a while. Aaron Rodgers and the whole Brett Favre drama, he's proven that he is really the franchise quarterback. And I really just think that heart alone, you got to give the advantage to the Packers. I just think that they want it more, and they're heating up the right time. I've seen the Steelers in the divisional game. The Ravens had them backed up on their heels. They were up 21-7 at the half. Once they back them up on their heels, I think they're going to keep them there. Aaron Rodgers cannot hesitate like he did in the championship game against Chicago in that second half like he did. I don't think he will make that mistake again. Maybe he was a little sluggish after he took that shot from Peppers. He's got 2 weeks to recover from that. Last time he played in the Dome, he was nearly perfect. I look to see him in one of his great games. It's going to be a tough challenge, but I really think he's up to the task. I think he will be a far more accurate passer. He will take advantage of this opportunity and make some smart plays. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit about Pittsburgh and the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I think the Steelers are going to have to really take a page out of what they did against the Jets and try to establish that run early. Green Bay has shown that they are somewhat vulnerable against the run sometimes. I was kind of surprised that Chicago 2 weeks ago was really able to get off some decent runs, especially in the second half. So I think that's going to be the number one thing for that offense for Pittsburgh is going to be to somehow create offense through the run, whether that's draws, whether that's toss sweeps, anything that they can do to get some yards with Rashard Mendenhall on the ground. Roethlisberger is going to do what he does. He's going to extend plays. He's going to run for crucial first downs, and it's going to be interesting to see how Green Bay responds to a couple times when Roethlisberger converts a 3rd and 9, by scrambling out of the pocket when everybody's covered and getting out of bounds like 9.5 yards down the field. To see what that kind of does to the psyche of the Green Bay defense. I expect Roethlisberger to kind of keep it buttoned up a little bit, not really go for too many big plays. We saw the rookie from Central Michigan, Antonio Brown, get deep 2 weeks ago against the Jets. I think that the Packers are going to be really cognizant of plays over the top and try to keep everything in front of them. And last time these two teams played at the end of last season, Roethlisberger threw for over 500 yards in that game and led them to a huge comeback win. And that almost knocked Green Bay out of the playoffs. They still made it last year, but they scored 38 points in that Green Bay defense. So I expect Green Bay to come out and really mix it up and give them some looks that maybe they haven't seen. But the running game is going to be the key. Can they establish the run, and can they keep Roethlisberger contained and not let him get the ball down the field to the speedy Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I think the Packers defense really are going to focus on that. That's a good point. And I look for the Packers to shut down the run here. You've got a very experienced secondary. They're obviously going to try to go for the run. But these linebackers, they are beasts. A.J. Hawk, Clay Matthews, they're really up and coming. They're fired up. There's somewhat of a good energy there that just the defense seems to pick up on. So what I look for is the Packers to get an early lead, and the defense is going to have to keep them there. It's going to be a dogfight. When you're going up against Big Ben, he's got the experience. You got to watch out. He can really move the ball. He doesn't have to do too much to win games. So they're going to have to contain him. They're going to have to take advantage of any type of mistake that Ben makes. And with this high-profile type of a pressure game, you can expect that there's one or two, and they really do have to capitalize on that, and I think they will. I look for the Packers to go 17-14 against the Steelers.
Well, I think for Pittsburgh, from the defensive side of the ball, you're going to have to see them really get to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, historically, when he's got time to sit back there, like we saw against Atlanta 2 rounds ago, just pick them apart. And last round against Chicago, when he got a little bit of pressure up the middle and things, his numbers were not nearly as good. Obviously, there was weather involved there. But I look for Pittsburgh to really, with those linebackers, Ferrier, Woodley, Harrison, we all know what they can do. I look for them to really be applying a lot of pressure onto Aaron Rodgers. And it's going to be really, can Troy Polamalu make a play in the secondary? I think they're going to try to do a lot of things to disguise coverages, hide Polamalu. I fully expect that you're going to see Rodgers try to throw away from Polamalu a lot of times. But it's going to be interesting to see. It's a great chess matchup. I mean, this is one of the, if you're a purist, a pure football fan, this has got to be one of the best Super Bowls in the last 10 years as far as these two teams and the way they look and the way they kind of mirror each other with styles, with defensive styles. I agree with you, Joe. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game. I think Pittsburgh is going to win this thing 23-21 on a very late field goal. Again, Roethlisberger, I expect, last 2 minutes of the game, if he gets the ball, he will be able to make plays underneath and with his feet and guides Pittsburgh down for a last-second field goal to win 23-21. Should be a great game. I know we're going to have some festivities going on here, and it should be pretty exciting.
We're having a Super Bowl party this week. I believe MT40 is going to be making a pre-game show appearance.
Much anticipated.
If you don't know who they are, they're a rock band who they rock out some good covers and originals in Southwest Florida. They're up and coming.
The rebirth of MT40. Is this MT40 2.0?
MT40 2.0. It's you can check out their website, mt40band.com. Yeah, we gotta probably have about a good 40 or 50 people here, so looking forward to that.
Right here at the Sports Pileup Studios, so it should be pretty exciting.
We should be doing a remote radio show on the location and stream it live on Ustream. What do you say?
No, I don't think so. No, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Well, we're certainly going to try to get that off the ground. We got to make sure we have all the technical capabilities lined up to do that. I don't know if that's in our budget, is it? We'll have to see. We spent a lot to get MT40 to come play here.
We got
so we might have our budget might be shot, but we'll have to see what we can do. We are going to have a post-Super Bowl show that we'll be coming out with next week.
That's not in the budget, Jeff.
A post-Super Bowl show, isn't it? We're off the air then after this. So we're only on during football season. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to have a post-Super Bowl show next week. We'll give you the breakdown on the big game and also on how MT40 did in their performance as they come out. And then we'll have obviously some information about where they're going to be playing around town here as they start to plan their schedule. That'll be probably the highlight of my off season outside of football, is going to watch them a few times. And then we'll start talking about as we get into February, we'll wrap up the football season, put a nice bow on that, and then we'll get into probably start talking about spring training right around the corner for baseball.
Yeah, and hopefully we're going to have some on-site remote broadcasts, hopefully some interviews for you, so definitely stay tuned. Thanks again, guys, and you guys all have a great Super Bowl Sunday.
Bye.